This is just like a full working mine pit. Hey?
Big purple crystals. Very nice piece.
Let's go. This is a little warren of tunnels, this, isn't it, Steve?
It is, yeah, yeah. A lot of these were filled with deads as well when we found them.
They were filled with that.
Yeah, we had to take the deads out, but what we've got in here, we've got this big vein here. And that's running down dip there, going underneath that lot. So you can see that's a piece that we took out of the floor.
Oh wow. Now that's massive.
So, I mean, you've got 3-inch.
Yeah, this has not been cleaned, obviously.
No.
We're going to film some proper clean specimens with the mobile phone.
And you've got some
it gives a lot more detail.
That's Galena crystal, there's Galena crystal.
I mean, this is a good, what?
Oh, it's
across
half a metre diameter.
Half a metre in diameter. Yeah, and this is just rough without having been cleaned. The mobile phone will get better colours on the clean specimens, but
yeah,
it gives you an idea what they are.
This will be a very dark purple, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside in daylight, that's where you appreciate the real...
When it fluoresces, yeah.
Nature of the...
But usually,
colour.
when we find them like this, where they look almost black, that's when we get a really nice dark purple.
Wow, this... all the original miners back wall, obviously.
Yeah. I'll keep the floodlights on.
And this, very little of this was dug out by, obviously by Pitt and everyone else. Most of this is miners.
So that was a wheelbarrow.
That was a wheelbarrow.
You can see the sides there. There were a pair of handles, but they rotted away now completely. That's the bottom of a gunpowder barrel.
A gunpowder barrel, the bottom of it. That is cool.
Those chicken bones we actually found in here when we came through, so those were a miner's lunch 150 years ago.
Probably was a miner's lunch, yeah, must have been.
And then there's a lot of these in here, these little flasks. That water flask, that one's got a cork in it still.
Oh, that's got a cork, that's so cool.
So, little lip flasks. There's another one, but the front's gone off it. We try and save what we can.
Were they alcohol or water flasks?
Yeah, just water flasks.
Just water flasks, were they? Mm. That's cool.
And that way, you can go that way. Bit horrible. Well, eventually it brings you back out round here somewhere. So this is the stope. And we encounter the stope throughout the mine. So where we came down the original shaft, the bottom of that is the stope. We then come in by, and then we reach where the crib room is. That's the other end of this stope. You can get to this end actually, that end from the other side. And then there's a side route there. And you can go in that side route, you just walk over it from the other side.
Yeah, you can see.
But if you look down, you can see it was a 3-way. Well, it's a 2-way.
We went down. Is this the one that we went down? No, not this one.
No.
Oh yeah, there's 3 ways on the stope.
It's a 2-way tipping shaft, and we think the middle one was a climbing way.
So climbing way and tipping shafts, yeah.
So we're only tipping.
And it goes up, obviously.
Yeah. We're not sure. There might be another level just off to the side there.
Yeah.
But the problem is this wall is crap, and we can't bolt it. So as soon as you try and bolt it, it just flakes away. So we can't get up there at the moment. We'll find a way somehow eventually.
So this is the washing station. Yeah, we put this bridge together, didn't we?
Yeah, that's right.
A few years back.
I've took the rope out now because we're not bothering going back down it, like, because there's nothing down there.
We did go down this shaft, I remember.
Yeah, you went down in that corner there.
Yeah, and there's a few levels, some with, it goes down a good 10-15 meters. And I remember we found some untrodden levels, so with the miners' hobnail footprints.
That's right, yeah.
Still there.
So these are all ready for washing, and
So these are the ready for washing, but these are not the specimens that we're going to film.
No.
These are
just crap.
Just this need a good wash still, but they will be beautiful once they're proper jet washed. Ah.
There we go. You see them all.
The crystal cave. Yeah, all this sort of ready to be washed, jet washed, and all outside and, you know, exposed for people to see in the mineral shows, hopefully.
So again, here's a collection of things we've found. Wooden pegs, chisels, there's another chisel, nails, track nails, cribbing nails.
Oh, these are track nails.
So the ones with the big fat heads, they were like a track nail, I think they were. And then you've got cribbing spikes. So they were used when they were putting timbering up and holding that stuff here. Some clay pipes.
Oh wow.
That's a piece of mud that held a tallow candle.
That is cool, the clay pipes. Yeah. I didn't remember them. And
again, another big chisel there. And then we've got, this is a backhoe for dragging mud out of the thing. The handle's disappeared, but the hoe's still
What
there.
do they call them?
It's like a hoe.
Yeah.
H-O-E, gardener's hoe sort of thing. Just used for scraping mud out of the pockets like that.
Yeah, and
then this thing,
I don't know what that is.
It's an handle or something. We think it might have been like a big water jug or something. Because it was definitely riveted on there, but this is the unusual piece here. We don't know what that was. Unusual.
You must have had a use.
But it's wrought iron, so it's been forged. So it's old, very old. And you've got some big pieces here.
Yeah, big pieces that they need washing.
Well, the big pieces, they just stay there because we can't get them out. It's they're too heavy for the winch, you see. So
yeah, I mean this is a good, what, half a metre across again.
Half a metre, but that's a very nice one.
It's got very tiny, well-formed crystals. Yeah. They're about bit less than half an inch. Some just about an inch, are they?
Yeah, inch 25 mil, yeah. But a lot of these will be very, very glassy, I think.
They'll be very glassy once they're washed, and once they're lit with the...
You tend to find that the glassy ones are the smaller crystals, and then as they get bigger, that's when you get the inclusions of the etching on them and stuff like that, and that's when they start to go opaque. This, I mean, like the old man was just throwing the stuff away. It's everywhere in the deads.
So the crystals to them had no value.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
no value
they had no use to it.
Well, I mean, they took out some of it and, you know, give it to the local people or sold it to the tourists. But that were it. You know, they could only do so much, and then they just ran out of places to put it, so they just stuffed it in the deads.
Hang on. So this is flat because you've changed it.
Chainsawed it. So that's the base rock.
Oh right, yes.
It had crystal on it.
Why do you chainsaw it though?
It basically just to reduce its size down. But what you do is, it gives you a good idea of how fluorite forms. You normally have an iron core. That's where it starts. So you get your iron core, and then the fluorite starts to grow around the iron core like that. But then you've also got your gleams inside it, all these little greyish coloured crystals. What we also notice as well though is the inner rings of the fluorite always seem to be either yellow or green. It's only when they come to the outside that they turn purple, and they actually look purple, but inside they look green.
Yeah, so they start green and they finish purple on the edges. That's interesting. That makes it ever so unique, doesn't it?
So there you go, there's a lot in that one.
I guess.
Lots of green in that one. There's your iron core again there.
Yeah.
Same on that one, iron core.
Oh yeah, you can see the sort of silvery galena there. Wow. What do they call this pocket again?
Gargantuan green. And the reason being is underground the crystals looked apple green, but when we got it outside they just went dark purple. But we called it gargantuan green because we got big pieces out, and those pieces you just seen down there are what came off the back of some of the big ones, just to thin them down. There's one piece left in here, and it's there.
Oh wow. Oh my god.
So
that is big.
I sort of
And
like,
again,
and I'm sort of shine my torch to it. There you go.
yeah.
You see how it's green? Looks like apple green colour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see. Oh wow.
Yeah, like an apple green.
Wow.
But as soon as you get outside, it just goes dark purple, and you don't see that green anymore. It's gone. Nice though, isn't it? That's the unique thing about Weardale fluorites is they fluoresce a beautiful colour, and it's usually a different colour to what you see when it's inside.
Wow, another pocket there. Look at that. That's a big pocket.
Oh yeah.
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 Right. I mean, yeah, we could be filming crystals
So
all day here.
Here's one. It's a roof pocket, and these are all quite nice and glassy. If you look at them there, see them sparkling? That's because they're really nice glassy colour, those. And they look like a greenish colour.
Yeah,
Now,
they got a green apple colour as well.
I suspect with those, when you get them outside, they'll be probably an amber colour, but they'll turn purple in sunlight.
Is it because the sunlight changes the structure of this, or, it actually shines different under different lights?
It's just the fluorescent, it's the ultraviolet fluorescence. Because these are fluorescent minerals, as soon as the sunlight hits them, they just start to fluoresce a different colour. It doesn't have to change them in any way.
So we're getting a bit deeper in the mine.
Yeah, we've got a lot of collapses now.
And it's just going over collapses and stuff.
These are
So
miners' packed walls that were shoved up into cavities, and they've all come down basically.
yeah,
Filling up the attic.
yeah, yeah.
I'll take you this way first.
Yeah.
There's a nice one.
Wow. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Wow.
Really nice cavity there.
Yeah. Oh wow. Some big
Again,
crystals there.
difficult to get out all those.
Yeah.
Because they're actually in the vein.
Yeah, but look, they're about 2 or 3 inches across. Yeah, these are must be very difficult to get out without breaking. And this has got perfect edging, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
the
lovely
edginess.
piece, that one.
And once it's washed, yeah, he'll be proper blue. Wow. So has this been purposely packed with mud?
Yeah, it's been purposely packed with mud.
You can see the edges there.
Yeah.
So this is once it's clean.
The best stuff is on top.
The best stuff is on top. Once it's proper washed, jet washed, there'll be a massive specimen. This again, almost half a metre across.
Yeah. And there's some more just here. Nice ones here.
Wow.
And this one's particularly nice because those twins there and those twins there will be really, really glassy. You'll be able to see straight into them when they're clean.
Wow. And then again, it's about half a metre across this from here to the edge. How amazing that is. Wow.
It's just a shame the torch lights don't really show up the colour.
No, the torch lights don't show the colour, and the crystals are not clean, and really they need natural daylight to...
I'm going to put some more artefacts. Another flask, another bit of a clay pipe, some more nails.
Wow, the clay pipe, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's got a nice...
It's got a Liberty
yeah, some sort of...
marking on it, Liberty. Wow, that is something else, that.
Yeah.
Wow. Cool.
And then here, we get the stove again.
Oh yeah, I remember this stove.
Yeah.
This goes down to a lower level.
Goes down to Jackson's level, this one. fact.
Yeah, I remember going down this one.
Oh, so you go down
quite a way down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember going down quite a way down. I didn't see it. There's like a flooded shaft. He said something about flooded shaft.
It's off to another direction.
Yeah, that'd be good to get you on video and
there is a level there.
Photos. Oh yeah,
there's a level there. That's why the rope sags down so you can get in it. And we think there's another one there.
But it's pack wall, is it?
Yeah, where the pack wall is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see the pack walls. Yeah.
So we're back on that same stope that we're on deeper in the mine that way. So the stope runs along all the time, and what we do is we come along, we hit it, and then we might go along it a bit, then we come off and we go along and then we come back on, which we've done here. And in a minute we're going to go back off, around, do another U shape, and we end up on it over on the far side where the current dig is. I'm going to show you that then, but we'll get to the very, very nice sample in a minute.
Oh yeah, let's see them samples.
And what we found is the miners originally were coming this way in this tunnel. We found evidence of blast holes coming in this direction, and then they've turned the corner here and they've gone that way, but then when you go through, the blast holes are still coming this way. So they came like that and then met each other in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool, makes sense.
Just a little cut through it is. So these blast holes are going this way. So they were actually coming this way.
Yeah.
And they've reached this part and they cut this little hole through. But as we go through the hole...
Yeah, you can see the direction.
Yeah.
Blasting this way. And
then when we get into here... There you go. That blast hole is also going in that direction.
All right. So the opposite direction, basically.
So the miners were actually heading towards each other. Now normally if you think it was the same miners who were doing this, they'd have blasted that way, come through here, then blasted that way. But they haven't. They've blasted in the same direction. So they must have been coming from that way down to here, and then the other tunnel coming from that way down to here. And then they must have realised they were at the same point and just knocked through. Anyway, there's another nice sample. Massive big lump of galena there. And some nice crystals in the back. And the white stuff, creamy stuff, is anchorite.
That's anchorite, the white stuff.
That'll just come off that when it's treated.
And that's galena there.
Big lump of galena, yeah. And if you look in the very back there, you can actually see a galena crystal right in the back corner. You must come this way.
Yeah. We'll get some proper videos of it our way. On the specimens, we'll get to some proper videos. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It's quite a crack there, yeah.
Crack of it going down there. Plates of it here and there.
And there's again a lot of specimens everywhere.
Yeah.
That
hard to get out again because it's on the base rock, so you'd have to cut the base rock to get them out.
That's a crystal just on one of the deads here.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Wow.
So these all came from the pocket just down here.
All this?
Yeah. And these will be a nice dark purple colour, these.
Just the size of them is just stunning, like 2-3 inches across, the crystals, perfectly etched. And once they're clean.
Now here's a bad one actually, because that one is covering siderite, which is an iron.
Oh, that's what I saw on the other one.
And that's
it's like an iron rust.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to get off.
Calling siderite, yeah?
Siderite, yeah, or siderite. So yeah, I was repairing that this morning.
You've been doing some repairs on the electrics. There's always maintenance, because I mean, with all the humidity, it must be a lot of failures here.
And most of it is just caused by working, you know, pulling the wires too tight and things like that. Look at all these deads though. Loads and loads of deads.
Yeah.
They're just stacked up high.
Yeah.
And we don't know what's behind them. It could be tunnel wall, there might be cavities behind them.
Yeah. Well, the miners certainly didn't want to take the deads out, did they?
If you look there, it goes back quite a way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So this could just go back in there like another chamber.
Yeah.
Just backfilled.
Or just or tons of deads. But yeah, they could be hiding something.
Right. So you want to keep your camera rolling now?
Yeah. Okay.
Just look up at that.
Oh wow. Right.
Now that,
Jesus, that is.
we call that the miner's gift, because that was face down in the floor here. And the only reason why it survived is because the lead.
These are lumps of lead. Yeah. They're absolutely gigantic.
The lead took all the force.
Uh-huh.
So all the crystals have stayed intact.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
But I mean, look at that. I mean, that's bigger than my hand, that lump of lead there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's all crystal, lead crystal. It's not vein material.
I mean, look at those.
It's amazing, isn't
giant lumps of galena.
Yeah.
They're good. Well, the size of your hand, are they?
Oh, yes, that's it. Yeah, size of my hand.
And obviously, it doesn't shine silver because galena kind of oxidizes.
It's oxidized. It only shines silver when it gets broken like
if
that.
you could wash this specimen,
yeah,
right, and take it out, that would be like a one-off specimen because the crystals,
oh, yeah,
fluorite crystals, they must be about an inch across.
Yeah, and they've got a nice orange colour in them, which is caused by the iron.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So if you got it outside, that it would be nice and purple, but you'd see the orange in it as well.
We're talking about a metre across.
Look at some of these down here, how glassy they are. Very, very glassy.
Beautiful, that. Yeah, stunning.
And then the final bit down here is where the dig is, the current dig.
Yeah, and we're going to see the washed specimens as well, yeah?
Yeah, we'll do that later on when we get back up to the other side of the mine.
Yeah.
So when we first found this, it was myself and a lad called Edward Conlon.
Yeah.
And we'd pushed our way all the way down into the back half of the mine here. And then when we got to about this point, the floor started to raise up right up to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's strange, that's not backfill, that looks like it's infill. So we spent a few hours digging it away, and eventually we exposed an opening at the top there. So we carried on digging a bit, and then Ed managed to push his hand through an hole there.
Yeah.
And we found the stope again. So basically what's happened is the stope had collapsed. This massive boulder of shale here has dropped down, plugged the hole, and then everything's come in around it.
So this is the dig that needs... Is this the main dig, not the next
This is the main dig, yeah.
And this, which way is going to progress?
We're going this way.
So it's got to go to the right?
So at the moment, it's not very long at the moment, but when we first came in here, you couldn't get in here.
Oh yeah, that goes down, does it?
Yeah. And this was a slope going downhill.
Yeah.
So the lads have actually been digging out and they've just been backfilling this and throwing it down there.
Well, you can just throw it down.
Yeah.
So is that where they reckon it's going to open to some more?
So this is the stope. We're heading that way. It's all basically just cracking.
It's going to open to another level, to more flats?
We think so. In about 5 metres in that direction,
yeah,
we should meet another set of flats on that side, which then do a U shape like that, and they come back round to the stope, and then on the opposite side there is another set of flats, and then that one, there's a connection. Well, there isn't a connection, we're going to have to make one, but it's very close to what's called the Lawson's dig. And the Lawsons, who were in here in the 90s, they got to that point, and we're now coming around this way, and we're going to try and connect up, and that'll get us into the bit the Lawsons got in the 90s.
Wow, awesome. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of work.
But a lot of digging to do, you know, so the guys have been at it. But it's easy going because it's quite loose, you know, it's all just,
and it can be thrown down the slope anyway, can it?
They're just throwing it down there.
So that's the way it goes down.
Yeah.
Down the hole there.
That's about, I don't know.
Yeah, so you were saying about the dig, obviously they are throwing everything down the slope.
But if you look right down there where my light's shining now,
yeah,
you'll see it going underneath. That's the horse tramming level, which we've encountered quite a few times, the horse tramming level. You should see.
Oh yeah,
right
oh yeah. It sort of goes down under.
Yeah, and then below the horse tramming level.
Why not going down this level, or would that not be?
It's blocked.
It's blocked.
It's blocked both sides. So, that's why we're not bothering.
Yeah, okay.
Because this side was blocked anyway. There was just a slope going down here of infill, but it was a solid wall of muck. So we knew we couldn't get that way without digging it. And then that way is blocked anyway because the other end of this slope we'd been to, and we've been across it, and we know that that's blocked as well, so we couldn't get that way either. So, but we know that if we get to the Lawson's bit down there, they were on Jackson's level and they could get through Jackson's level, so that's what we're aiming for. So to get to Jackson's, if we get to Jackson's, we can then open Jackson's back up and have it as a second means of entry and egress.
Awesome.
Yeah. And it'd be easy coming all the way up the hillside as well.
Yeah, a lot of work, but it's a project, isn't it?
It's a project. It's a project that's
continuous.
Yeah.
Keeps you busy.
Yeah.
What's this?
This was the foam. This is what we use. These are big canisters of foam.
Oh right.
Yeah.
This is the foam filler canisters.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have the foam and an activator.
Yeah, and the foam stabilises anything that's loose overhead, basically.
Yeah, and it mixes in the gun. Just squirt it up and it expands around everything and then sets hard, just locks it all into place. Very rarely does it move again afterwards. So, which is what we want. We want it stable, because when we were digging that, there was stuff coming down on us all the time, loose boulders and things. It was quite scary when we were first digging it. Not now though, it's quite stable now. Oh, where you're doing your washing. So
yeah.
This one goes all the way down here.
And we are going to be doing some washing now. Oh well, you are going to be doing.
Yeah. Not here, we'll do it over at the crib room. So,
yeah.
Well, as you can see now, you've got a gun here, and there's no mess on the floor, which is what we had before.
This is the wash gun. Yeah. That,
unfortunately, there's no water switched on.
Steve's going to be using.
And there's no water switched on down here, so we'll be doing it further up in the mine.
Yeah, cool. So we're going to do some jet washing, Steve.
Yeah.
And this is one.
So I found this one right down at the back of the mine. Just lay on the floor in the mud. But it caught my eye because I saw just the shape of a crystal there. And then you can see the glass of one coming through there. So I'm going to jet wash this one, and see what's underneath. It might be crap, might be good. And then we've got a few other pieces we're going to jet wash as well. Watch yourself. Alright, so let's go for it. Oh look, see, already coming through.
Already coming through, wow. Wow.
It's a nice piece, that.
You can see the purple. You can see the purple shining through.
They're small crystals, but they're well formed, they're not damaged.
It's a big piece as well.
Yeah, it's a nice slab. I'll probably cut the back off when I get home. And then it'll get some more treatment.
Cut the speed off,
yeah.
And treat it a bit better. What do you treat it with?
Well, it goes in some acid to get rid of any of the lingering mud and other bits and bats.
Look at that. That is so gemmy, that.
Yeah, it's nice piece, that. Nice piece.
Wow.
And then we treat it with, what's it called? Sodium dithionite, which again dissolves the mud. Then it goes through an ultrasonic bath just to shake it all clean. Wash it a few times. We then treat it with a chemical that makes it nice and sparkly. So do gleaners, but
we don't normally wash gleaners, but
I'll show you.
so this is basically with mud.
You ready?
Let's get it shining. Oh wow. Look at the shine of that. Why is it so shiny?
So it's because it's broken out of the main vein, and when it breaks it becomes very shiny. That will eventually oxidise and turn that colour.
Yeah, that more grey, dull colour.
Yeah. But what you can do with these, if you want to keep it shiny like that, is once it's cleaned and dried, you can put a coat of varnish on it. That'd stop it turning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Again, God, it's gorgeous that.
Yeah. Just gonna clean this wood down, mate.
Yeah.
See, like the
So
lilac.
that one is so clear. That's like a light.
See the lilac coloured edges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that is beautiful. That. Yeah. Look at the edges. They just got that purple,
lovely purple,
darker sort of purple blue on the edges and
yeah,
and lighter on the inside. That is a
it'll
nice crystal
turn
there.
purple outside, but it's nice in when you've got it inside without the UV. It'll look like that. It'll be clear with them purple fringes.
That is gorgeous.
Right, so, now, it's an interesting one. So, it's got one colour formation on that side and a different colour formation on that side. And you can see some siderite on it, the brown.
It's got like
a pinky hue to it.
Yeah. Yeah, see on the edge. Oh, on the edges it's kind of a pink.
Yeah, it's like a pinky hue to it.
You get some pinks on the edge. Yeah, you can see.
That'll be the iron that's doing that.
Wow, that is gorgeous, that. Right,
Yeah, you want to pass the
up we go to the upper flats. Oh. Right, there you are. Well, we came down. We came down here, we're going to go up to get out. And this is the way to the upper flats. Ryan, come in.
So when we first broke through at the bottom of the shaft, this is the first flats we came into.
Yeah.
And this is when I joined them, when we was working these flats. And there was a pocket around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Here it is. And this was Ed's pocket.
What do you call it?
Ed's pocket.
Yeah.
Because Ed used to just hang his arse out the hole and was in there most of the time, digging stuff out.
Oh yeah, there's some pig marks. Are they minus pig marks or?
Possibly minus pig marks. It could be what Ed was doing. It's very muddy.
Yeah.
It's like soup here.
Oh yeah.
Right, so I'm going to wash this down. This is the big slab.
So this is one big slab.
This came out of the roof there.
Oh my God, the size of that.
So
it's a good 1.5 meters across. Okay, I'll let you get on with it.
yeah, step back, mate, because you might get wet. Yeah, let's add some more fall on this roof there.
See what we got here.
So it's an absolute
Oh
masterpiece.
wow.
There's a couple of areas that have been damaged when it fell out, but you've got like these little stalactites. There's one there. There's one down here.
What do you call stalactites?
Well, it's just like a, you know, it's starting to grow down off the rock. Like you get in caves, a stalactite and a stalagmite.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's a fluorite stalactite.
Wow, we're talking a slab that's about 1.5 meters across, and these crystals are about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. and they're all the way here. Wow. I mean, yeah, you can see the purpliness on them. Hit the light at different angles and getting mesmerised by the crystals. The end of the upper flats.
So it's backfilled there. We backfilled that. Just up there. It carries on down that way for a ways. Not far, probably only about 20 yards, 20 metres. And that's it basically. My very first sample I got from Greenlaws came from here, came from this section. Big purple crystals. Very nice piece, but it was full of iron staining, so eventually I give it away to somebody else.